Hello, so I did originally do this video, but stupid me didn't save it, so, hello, so I can't actually remember what I said. It's 10 to 2 in the morning, and I literally walked through the door about half an hour ago. My flight was delayed by 3 hours. I'm just, it started off really bad. Oh yeah, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Took a wee day trip to London. Yes, no, I did mention that before, that I was going to London, and that today was the day. It started off so bad because my mum slept in, and we were supposed to be basically boarding the plane at 6:25. My mum didn't wake up until 10 to 6, so we didn't actually get to the gate. Well, we got to the gate okay, literally 2 minutes before. Hi, Raja. Oh yes, Georgia, ballerina badass. I'm terrible at remembering names. Please, for the love of God, tell me it's Georgia. Wanted to see more kitty, so I'm going to give you more kitty. Raja, no baby. Come here, sweeties. Come on. You're okay. You're okay. This is Raja. She's currently being grumpy. You're okay, Raja. Raja. She's currently being grumpy. She is a wee grumpy missus. Go on. Are you gonna stay there now? Okay, she's gonna wait. No, she's gone. Go on. She's the cat I'm currently rehabilitating. She's an outdoor cat. She's only a year old and she's already had 3 litters. No idea how that worked out, but she's had 3 litters. So I'm rehabilitating her to an indoor cat. I'm eventually going to get her sprayed. Neutered. Sprayed? Spayed? Neutered, basically. And she's basically... I have 2 dogs and a cat. This was the more cat you wanted to see. This is Bagheera. He's a fat cat. He's a very fat cat. He's a mama's boy. Aren't you? You're a mama's boy. But yes, say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. Love the camera, kitty. The camera loves you. Yeah, he's not. Go on. But yes, that's Bagheera. He's 4? 3, maybe? 3, 2, 1? It's about 3 or 4. He's not as fat as he used to be, but he's lovely. He's a mommy's boy. He will curl up against me on the sofa, literally cling to my leg, and I just look at him like claws, baby. But yes, he's my baby. But yes, yeah, today started off so badly, so badly, and I don't like rushing around. I freak out. I had a massive panic attack on the plane. I had a massive cry on the plane, and then I just was fine. I'm a nervous flyer, so I was crying and sobbing, and I was really panicking and freaking out. And even though I was standing in front of the plane, I was like, oh, we're gonna miss the plane, we're gonna miss the flight. And I'm like, the plane's right there. And then when I got on the plane, I broke down. I started crying, and it was one of those crying. Basically you're sniffling and you're hiccuping. You hiccup. You don't really want to ugly crying. And then I just stopped. I was crying, and I was like, and I was literally like, wait, what? I don't know what happened. It's the first time it's ever happened, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So, but the flight itself wasn't actually too bad. Me and my mum were sat in individual seats, because we booked at 2 different times. Speaking of bookings, I got some really lovely news. My mother, for my 30th on the 2nd of January, is taking me to see the Royal Ballet's Nutcracker, because it's on the 2nd of January they're performing. I'm really excited. because the Royal Ballet is basically my favourite ballet. And every year when the Nutcracker comes on at Sky Arts and it's the Royal Ballet's version, I've got to watch it. It's my favourite. Like New York City Ballet's version's pretty good. Not a fan of Ursula's one, to tell you the truth. But Royal Ballet's one I prefer. I don't know, it's a lot nicer, and the likes of Sarah Lamb, Edward Watson, Stephen McGray. Is Sarah Mearns still with the Royal Ballet? I don't know, but she's fantastic. Is she the one that's from here? There's a dancer with the Royal Ballet that is from here, from Ballymena, from Northern Ireland. She was in a magazine once for a car. She was doing a photo shoot for a car. Brilliant. She did it down by the causeway, I think. I can't remember. But there's a ballerina that's with the Royal Ballet, and she's from here, and she's fantastic. I think it's Sarah, but I think it may be Melissa or something. I think it begins with M. I'm terrible at remembering names, absolutely terrible. But yes, so I'll be going to see the Royal Ballet for my 30th, and I'm like, hey, I'm so happy. I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to get a pair of pointe shoes signed. I'm not sure. I almost got a pair signed by the Russian State Ballet. Like they were going to do it, but they didn't get time because they had to quickly leave. But they're quite a small company. I did have a pair signed from a company years and years ago. It was the first ballet I saw, Sleeping Beauty. And like, for the life of me, I can't remember who signed them. I can't remember. Northern Ballet. It was the Northern Ballet. And it was the first ballet I ever seen. And it was Sleeping Beauty. Cinderella. Sorry, it was Cinderella, and we were sat in just normal chairs, and basically it was mini thump 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 thump, but I was just sat there staring at them like, I want to do that. And that's how I got into ballet. And after that I watched Giselle, and because basically I went home and I looked up all the different ballets, and that's when I started really getting into ballet. And then I watched Giselle, and in Act 2, when they dance the Willis, whenever they're hopping across the stage, that sold it for me. That would be my dream come true. But yeah, so that's that. I am rambling because I'm so tired, and I want to do this while this was still in my head, because tomorrow I'll probably mainly sleep. But yes, Fried of London. If you ever go to London, go to Fried of London. Oh my god, Jade there is amazing, absolutely amazing. Whenever I was first getting Frieds, the first pair of Frieds I tried were the Opera Manon, and they're really soft. They were not a chance, they didn't even last me 10 minutes. And even Jade was like, no, they're a really soft shoe. And my fitter says, Frieds won't do you, because the heel is so high. But their shoes are gorgeous. So I decided I want to go back. So I got in touch with Fried, and I was coming over to see them, and we got talking, and that was when I got the Omega ones, the really hard shoe. It's basically the hardest shoe they do. And I ended up getting a few modifications. I got the vamp lowered, I got the heel lowered, and they were brilliant. I got about 2 or 3 classes out of them, but Frieds do die very quickly. These started going soft really quickly, and that's when I discovered point shoe hardener, basically shellac. But Papillon is on it, or Papillon. I can't remember what you call it. It's Pap something. It's their point shoe hardener, and it's brilliant. It doesn't smell. It's basically like a glue. As soon as you put water to it, it turns to glue. If you're peeling off PVA glue, and it's like all that stuff. That's brilliant. I love it. But yeah. And they were brilliant. I have since hung them up because they are basically dead. And Jade is amazing. She's basically been with me since I started getting back into Frieds. And whenever I went over, I can't remember the girl who was actually with me. I don't think I got her name, actually. If she did say her name, I've forgotten, but she was a lovely wee girl. And we tried 3 different ones on. Tried the free classics and two studios. And I ended up going with the lovely Studio Professionals. The bag is absolutely lovely. So this is what I ended up getting. I got the V-cut vamp, and it's the Q Maker 6EE, and it's got a nice, lovely vamp, and the heel is lovely and low, and the sides are quite a bit medium. With my O-Maker ones, the sides were quite low, so whenever I was pointing my feet, you can see my arch starting to pop up. So these were really lovely. Even Jade herself said, basically these were lovely. And one thing she did say is she's noticed that I have gotten stronger, because this isn't as hard as what the O-Maker is, but they still looked brilliant. They're a wee bit softer. And one issue I did have, I thought I was basically going backwards, was because I was going between shoes. I was going between Le Pois and Grishko, with Gain and Minden in there now and again. I thought I wasn't as strong as I used to be. I thought, basically I was losing, wasn't as strong as I was. But Jade said it was because that I was doing the work, not the shoe. And that's why I was feeling like I wasn't as strong as I was, because it's the shoe that's doing the work. It's me. Well, I'm doing the work. And it was basically saying that yes, I've gotten better, and they noticed. The last time I was refereed was about 3 years ago, and the fact that Jade remembered that and noticed that difference was brilliant. And that's good service. That's what you want a fitter to notice. You want to notice the little difference. But I do have a wee video of fitting. It's not the whole fitting. It's missing the last 10 minutes. But in it, we tried the free classics and just the standard free classics. Then we tried these. Then we tried the Studio Professional Crown Maker, and the crown was a little bit wider, but the first thing I felt whenever I put it on was there was pressure on my little toe, and even when I went up onto point, it was sore, and I was like, no, I can't. Even they were a wee bit softer, but I couldn't do it. There's a wee bit pressure on my little toe with these ones, but that will soften whenever I break them in. And the one thing I love about these, and you'll know yourself whenever you get a pair of Studios, is they're thicker. They are lined absolutely lovely, and they are, in my personal opinion, they're the nicer looking Freed. That is just so streamlined, and the profile of that is lovely. And it does have a nice dip, and the vamp is just it's a lovely shoe. And as soon as I put them on, I was in love. They fit lovely, and with these shoes, basically up to here is nice and it's still soft there, but as you get, it's basically rock hard down here, which is what you want. So one thing I'm going to do before I do anything is I am going to put my point shoe hardener inside along the wings to harden it a wee bit more, leave them overnight. Then tomorrow I'm going to gently roll the shank a wee bit, just to see how they are. And then I'm doing a wee Skype chat with Ballerina Badass, Georgia. It is Georgia, right? Please, I'm so sorry if it's not Georgia. I can't remember what the wee Skype chat's about because my memory is horrendous. But whenever I'm trying shoes on basically with my fitter, they look brilliant. And then whenever I get them home and I sew them, they don't seem to fit as nice. So I think I may be sewing them wrong. But I've discovered a more secure way of sewing shoes. Do I have them? I don't think I have a pair. Hold on. No, I don't. I think it was with... I can't remember which pair of shoe it was I actually did it with. But what I would normally do whenever I'm sewing my ribbons, I'll show you in this one, is I would basically sew above and below the drawstring. I would sew in the casing, but make sure I don't sew through the drawstring. But what I do now is I would have my elastic and ribbon together. What shoe? I know what shoe it is. No, it's not this one. I thought it was this one. Can't remember which shirt. It's my Gainer Minions which are upstairs. Yeah, it's my new Gainer Minions. What I would do instead, I would have my elastic and my ribbon basically with one, and from here I would basically loop it. I would sew, I would start from, you know, inside, and then I would go through the ribbon and then through, basically just through that seam there. And I found with my gainers it's a lot more secure. It's keeping that nicely held tightly, it's basically holding that nice against your foot, and it's nice and supportive. And even though those gainers are the widest ones they have, and because the way my little toe is, I'm always going to have that crease in with gainers. But I found that was really secure, and I'm going to try and get a snippet of it. I would try, because I wanted to, somebody asked me to see how I sew my point shoes. I can't remember who, but I'll see if I can maybe get something done. Maybe probably do it with that Skype chat that I'm doing with Georgia. I don't know if it's not. I've got Joe stuck in my head, and I've got Catherine Morgan stuck in my head. Joe Womack? I've got those two stuck in my head. And basically Ballerina Barda, she's fantastic. I love her. She's so funny. But yeah, I'm doing a Skype chat with her to find out, basically just to help me make these look perfect. And yeah, on top of those lovely point shoes, I've got a few other goodies. I got some new slippers. Because whenever I'm pointing my feet, basically this bit here, you know, where, you know, the front of it, there's a lot of baggage, and it ruins the line, and even my teachers noticed, and I think it's maybe because my toes are so short. I don't know. But with these, they're Chacot. I've never worn Chacot before. Is that pronounced right? I don't know what brand. I don't know if they just do the one. You know, they have that on it, and that. I'm sorry. They're a 6.5 D, and oh my god, they're so comfy. These are 15. These were £15. My point shoes were 47. I went in there thinking I'd be spending nearly £100. I literally only spent 70, because on top of that, I had to get one as soon as I saw it. I was like, I had to get one, because I got another wee mini point shoe. I've got another one upstairs. I got a wee pink one upstairs that I've literally put my finger on and literally been playing with it, and it's really soft. So, but yeah, that was the haul I got from Food of London. But another thing that, even though getting these was fantastic, I loved it. The thing that actually did make my day, even though I was hanging around with an online friend of mine that I met up with, Steph. She's lovely. Oh my god, get in the bag. It's Steph that actually recorded my video in free. Was when we were in the Gatwick airport while we were waiting because our flight got delayed, we went in to accessorise. And lately I have been feeling really self-confident. Like last year, I was 15 stone, and I've really been really strict. But I have a ton of health problems, and my weight literally goes up and down all the time. I'm now down to between 12 and a half and 13. And I've been feeling really self-confident because a couple of days ago, I basically got attacked on Facebook from my so-called well-knitted community, and I basically got called a hippo in a tutu, and it really hurt. And whenever I got this lovely dress from Accessorize, it's got lovely flared sleeves, it's absolutely lovely, and I saw it and I looked at the size and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to fit into that. But I held it up and it looked really big fitting, and I tried it on and it fit. And I don't know if you can see what size that is. It's an extra small, and I actually started crying because it fitted, and I was so happy, and that really boosted my confidence. Now I don't know if Accessorize stuff is big fitting. Last time I tried their stuff, it was really small. I don't know if it's hit and miss with them, but just the fact that I could get into an extra small, it really made my day. Because I've been feeling really self-confident, and that's why I don't put any dancing videos up, because whenever I do take a video and I look back on it, as soon as I see what I look like, I delete it, because I don't like what I see. I don't like me. I used to hate myself, but I don't hate myself anymore, I just dislike myself. But I'm getting better, but that's just mental health for you. But on top of London, after Freed of London, we went to Boudin's, which is a restaurant which my sister insisted I went to. Because she went and she said it was lovely. And I don't know, I didn't like it. So it wasn't, you get big portions, but it wasn't that nice. The sauces that you got with the nachos were watery. The sauce that came with the chicken and whatever was really spicy. The chips were flipping leftover chips because they were hot. Like, basically what you would get at the end of, like, the wee scraps. And just, it wasn't, the coleslaw was horrible as well. And just, it was a waste of money. So yeah, after Boudin's, we then went to Buckingham Palace. Steph wanted to go to Buckingham Palace, and I've never been to Buckingham Palace. The only time I've been to Buckingham Palace is when I'm playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That's it. But we actually went to Buckingham Palace, and the Queen was in the palace because the flag was up. And I'm like, this is the closest to the Queen I'm ever going to get. And I heard a rumour that Cameron was, David Cameron, our ex-Prime Minister, because he resigned. Surprise, surprise. I heard a rumour he was there. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. It could just be people spitballing. But to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me because he is just, he's horrible. He's basically like Bush. Put Bush and Cameron together, and you've got Trump. So yeah, Cameron, he's just. You all know about the EU referendum. UK is leaving the EU, and surprise, surprise, David Cameron resigns, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming. And the pound suddenly dropped. I'm like, please, this is a risk. I said from the very start the pound would go back up, and it did. So people should listen to me more often. But it was just, people are terrified that leaving the EU is such a bad thing for this country. It's a good thing for this country because finally this country can focus on its own fucking people. But I'm not going to get into that. Back to my day trip to London. We were going to go to the National History Museum, but we got lost. We actually ended up where the Royal Academy of Dance is. And I'm like, Mummy, please can we go see the Royal Academy of Dance? And she's like, no. No, not Royal Academy of Dance. No, yes, Royal Academy of Dance. I'm like, Mummy, please. Because at first I thought it was the Royal Ballet School, but it said Royal Academy. And then whenever we were actually around there, it was the Royal Academy dance was basically up the road. And I'm like, Mummy, can we please go up? I really, this is rad is what I learn. She's like, no, we need to go back. Took the wrong train, go back. I'm like, oh. So yeah, that happened. Because we were trying to get to the Natural History Museum. And we ended up going to the Science Museum instead. And I've never been to any of the museums in London because I love museums. And oh my god, it was brilliant. I loved it. We didn't explore the whole thing because we were knackered. But oh my god, they've got the Apollo 18 shuttle there. And they've got one of the first engines made and one of the first rockets. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is so cool. I was geeking out big time. And it was brilliant. And I got myself some goodies. I got a crystal growing kit because I'm a nerd. And I got myself this wee fibre optic lamp, and apparently it's supposed to be like ice or something. I don't know. It was really pretty when it was lighting up. And I got myself a ton of magnets. Oh my god, you should see my fridge, all my magnets. I'm so happy. I'm going to show you all my magnets. My kitchen's a bit of a mess because my sister decided she wanted a spring clean, which is a shock. So yes, come see all my magnets. My Aunt Karina sent me magnets from her cruise, her honeymoon. So these basically, all my magnets. Look at all my magnets. And again, a Minden one. These are the ones that I got from my Aunt Karina. That's Sarah Milligan, the comedian. I got this one from the Science Museum. That one from whenever I was in Vienna. And my mummy got me that one. So I love magnets. I absolutely love magnets. So yeah, over the next coming days, I'm gonna upload that video from Freed. I'm gonna put up a wee snippet of my Freed shoes, get them sewn and broken in properly through that Skype chat with Ballerina Badass, and then hopefully get up a proper video of them because they're lovely shoes and I'm really excited. And I've got my fingers crossed because I think I may have found my Freed shoe, because whenever we were first going, there's a fly in my kitchen, whenever we were first going through Freed, it was like, you know, okay, Freed is not going to work for you. And through where I do my point and everything, that Freed is part of the uniform. You know, they prefer you to wear Freed. And because Freed shoes just weren't working for me, I got way over shoes, and I actually went to La Poire, wear my shoes, and my fitter and even my teacher says that's your shoe, and they're brilliant, but at the minute I can't afford to get a new pair of La Poires because they're like 60 quid. So I got myself a new pair of Freeds. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for a lot of things because overall today's been really good. I'm feeling really happy and positive, even though it's been really bad. My baby ferret, well, my little girl, she was about 3 years old and she wasn't growing and she died. She died there on Sunday, and she fought a strong battle, but she didn't make it, and she went downhill very, very fast, and ferrets do. When something's wrong, they do go downhill very fast, and it broke my heart. But she died, loved, basically in the company of people who loved her, and yeah, it broke my heart because she was my wee baby, because last year I lost my cat Dexter too. And last year my boyfriend broke up with me. This year my boyfriend broke up with me. Last year my health went downhill. This year my health is going downhill. Last year I was nearly losing my house. This year I lost my job. So can you see the pattern? Because I am seeing a pattern and I'm getting really pissed off. But yeah, for the first time in a very long time, I'm feeling positive and happy. And for those of you where I suffer from borderline personality disorder, and I'm autistic. and I'm just, I don't know, I'm really happy. So yeah, fingers crossed everything goes to plan. And I shall hopefully talk to you soon, and hopefully I've saved this fucking video so it'll actually go up. I'll see you soon. Bye.